Hi guys, it's Nancy and I have a new release from Spellbinders. Didn't realize the light was such a glare there. Okay, sorry about that. So this new die set is called Delicate Butterflies. There are a lot of butterflies in this release and I will admit that I got most of them. I just think butterflies of any sort are just beautiful. They brighten everybody's day. And so we're going to cut these out today and you get a large outline and detail die, a medium and a small, and then you get this body. So you get the larger butterfly body and then this smaller one, which will go with these two. I'm also going to bring in the Butterfly Sentiments stamp set. And let me just grab a piece of paper here so you guys can see that better. Okay, here we go. And as you can see here, you have a larger butterfly, a medium, and a small butterfly. You have the larger, medium, and small body. And then it says, happy birthday to you. Congratulations. Sending prayers. Stay strong. Thinking of you. Thank you. Sending hugs and with heartfelt condolences. So again, we have the Delicate Butterfly dies and the Butterfly Sentiments. All right. And I will put everything in the links down below. If you guys can use my links, that would really be appreciated. So let's start off by cutting some of these out. We'll bring these sentiments in just a moment. So I already have some A2 card bases ready to go. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is make a matte background layer. So I'm going to use the new Precision Layering Set B dies to do that. So since my card is A2 size, which is 5.5 by 4.25, I want a little bit smaller layer for the matte, which I think this is perfect. Okay, so we're going to cut this. I'm going to use my Spellbinders Platinum. So we have our base platform. We're going to have one of the plates as our cutting plates. A little bit of tape stuck on there. And I am going to tape that into place there. Take our top plate. And we're going to crank that through. So what I like about having these precision layering dies is I don't have to worry about cutting straight. My trimmer doesn't always cut straight, so this is great because then I know, okay, cut straight all the way around. And if I wanted to add additional layers, I could certainly do that and know that they're going to fit precisely on the card. Okay, so now that's done. So we have our card base, we have our background. Let me peel this tape up. Thank goodness this is not too super sticky washi tape. All right, there we go. Okay, so now we're going to do some die cutting of the butterflies. And here's a trick that I like to use when I am doing intricate die cuts. So I have a piece of black cardstock here, and I want to use this for the detailed layer of the butterfly dies. What I've put on the back here is a little piece of Stick It. So I like to use double-sided adhesive when I'm going to be cutting these kinds of intricate designs out, because when I go to stick this on my cardstock, I don't want to be fussing with gluing all these little tiny pieces. So I'm going to put these guys, this goes almost the whole way, yeah. So we can cut out plenty of butterflies and bodies here for this black outline. And we'll cut out a couple of these. Again, just going to put my top plate on and watch everything slide all over the place. Here we go. Normally, I cut these ahead of time, but I wanted to show you guys the Stick It adhesive on there. It's a very light adhesive, so it doesn't leave sticky, ooey gooey boogers behind when it's done cutting, which is nice. And it will stick nicely to the cardstock. And see, let me bring this into view. That cuts out the delicate layers of the butterfly. Let me bring my tool in one. Now, if you are into inlay die cutting, you can certainly keep all of these inside pieces and make another butterfly out of them. I am not going to do that on this video, but you do want to clean out all of these pieces, and you do not want to use, I do not recommend ever doing wax paper or parchment paper inside your dies. That actually causes the dies to squeeze a little harder than they need to. So if you are having issues with your die cutting or with certain dies, I would try just maybe adding an extra shim on the top, and that might help you out. All right, I may not have left enough space around these. I didn't realize that I should not have had them that close. These will cut out in any die cutting system you have. Spellbinders always has good quality dies. I don't think I've ever had an issue with any of their dies, and I've got a lot of them. They just released a new bunch of slimline ones too, which are nice. Sorry, yeah, slimline precision-based dies, mini slimline as well, and new embossing folders that are much bigger, so they got a little bit of everything. Okay, so I have all the little pieces cut out, and now we want to cut out the outline of this. I can take all of this right over to the trash can in one swoop. Okay, so we're going to put these back on here, and I do need another smaller body, so we're going to put that guy on there, and then we're going to bring these outline dies in. And like I said, I might be a little too close for some of these. Might have to make multiple passes here. And I'm going to use a little bit of washi just to hold them in place. And you're going to see a little bit of an outline border when you place these before you cut them. This one, I'm a little too close, so this one we'll just have to cut another one over here. Oh, okay, it's the medium one. I wonder if you can cut them both at the same time. Oh, wouldn't that make my life easier? Let's do that. All right, I think we're good to go here. All right, let's try this. Ta-da! Look how pretty that is. And it has that adhesive on the back. Beautiful. So we have that guy. We have his body. I'm going to reuse this tape here in a second. Look at that, all in one pass. That's the way I should have did it the first time. See, this is why I do my videos and don't edit them, so you guys can see how to make your life a little easier. Learn from Nancy. And then we have the other body for this guy. Okay, so now is the fun, easy part is we want to cut out some beautiful paper for their bodies. And I have, if you guys are a pattern paper hoarder like I am, you probably have stacks of pattern paper laying around. So I have this pack that I got from one of the big box stores. You have scraps laying around that you made stuff on. That's what's nice about, you know, being able to use some of this pattern paper. We're going to get a couple of butterflies out of here, hopefully. Nope. All right, I do have, here's the paper. It's called Wildflower 6x6 Premium Paper Pad. And I want to say Michael's or Joann's. I'm not exactly sure, but one of those big box stores. And this is that same kind of watercolor looking paper, right? It's this one. Okay. And I want them all to be cut out of the same one. So I'm just cutting the outline out of this. And I'm not going to bring the platinum in. I'm just going to cut it off to the side here. Oh, that's so much easier than moving the machine and bringing it over here. That pretty watercolor paper. And it has a little bit of a pearlescent sheen to it. So that makes it even more fun. Okay. So now all we're going to do is assemble everything here. So the first thing I want to do is assemble all of my butterfly pieces. Let me put these guys back in here before I start losing things. See, if I don't put my things away, you guys, and I don't know what kind of crafter you are, but I have to put them away, clean my stamps, put them back on. Otherwise, at the end of the day, if I walk away from these things, they'll never be seen again. So we're going to just layer these 3 on top of each other like that. This one we need to clean off yet. And we have another little body over here. So we're just going to use our little tool in one, poke them out, brush them out, whatever you need to do to get these little pieces out. And that, again, another reason why I like to stick it is because it's a nice thin adhesive. There are other adhesive sheets out there that you can use that are much thicker. What I found is if they're too thick, it's hard to pop the little pieces out. And if they're too gooey, then again, you get the little like adhesive boogers stuck everywhere, and we've all dealt with that, and that's just a pain. Your tool gets sticky, your fingers get sticky, and everything is sticky except your die, right? So your die cut. So we want to make sure that we are using the right adhesive for the right purpose. So when it comes to these super delicate little dies like this, I like to stick it. Stick it good. Do, 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 do. Okay. So here we have this, and actually I might only use one of the butterflies on here. Maybe we'll just use this big guy, and we'll cut another. I think that's what we'll do. We'll use this big guy. We'll make another card because he's really pretty by himself, right? And we'll make another card and we'll use these little ones. So how this works is you're just going to gently peel off the protective backing. You're going to line it up to the outside edge because it's the same die that cuts it, and then you're just going to burnish that down and stick it down. That's how easy it is, you guys. Look at how beautiful that butterfly looks. I didn't have to stamp anything. I didn't have to color anything. All I did was a little bit of die cutting and have pretty paper in my stash. And I know a lot of you guys already have lots of pretty paper in your stash. And we're going to put his little body on there. And you can cut him out of anything. I mean, if we wanted to cut him out of this foil card, we could do that. Your imagination. And to give him a little bit of dimension, I'm going to kind of fold his wings in the center there a little bit. And I'm only going to put that glue right down the center here. And then after that dries, we'll be able to kind of pop these wings up. So we're going to set him aside a second. Let's move on to another one, and we'll use these other two butterflies. And since this paper has kind of a floral look to it, this one, we're going to bring in this paper. Use the same, let's use the same dies here. We'll use the larger one. So I'm going to die cut this. This is going to be our background. So it'll look like butterflies are in this little floral field. Because it's kind of watercolored, it's abstract looking, so there's no right or wrong way. And I am just putting that right on my platinum here off to the side. I'm going to die cut that. Okay, so that is now ready to go. And I'm going to cut out one more of the smaller butterfly here. This guy. So we'll have 3 butterflies in our field, and we'll have 2 small ones and 1 medium one. Look at that. I'm going to get every little inch of this scrap paper used up. Black. Do I have a scrap piece of black? Maybe we can get the body cut out of this one. Okay, and we just have to do the outline. And I'm going to cut this right out of the center so I can still use this black card if I wanted to do a matte layer with this black card. Because I'm cutting this one out of the middle, I'm not wasting this piece of paper. In other words, if this were going to matte off the card, which actually I can use for this card, you'll see. And I just want to make sure that my space is even all the way around between my outside die and my center detail die. We don't want it to be all the way over to the right and then nothing on the left or so on. Okay, so since I want this black one to be my matte layer, I'm going to recut this out like that. And then I'm going to go in with the next size and cut this. Where did I put my tape? Put it away. Now we have a nice frame for another card. This is what we wanted for this card. I'm going to cut this one down a little smaller, and it's also going to give us a nice thin frame. Okay, now we can assemble. again, we're just going to peel the backing off. Oh, that's the one without. So see, no backing on this one because this is the one we cut out. So we have to get our fine tip glue here. Make sure we get that nice and coated. And if you make a mistake like this one's too far off with the stick it, you have a little bit of time to remove it, reset it, and then it's good to go. And then if you wanted to, you can kind of burnish the back to stick it down in place a little better. Okay, so kind of want to line them up like this. Look at those pretty colors. Oh, that paper is so beautiful. I'm going to take these protective covering off the back of this adhesive. Same kind of thing, just kind of burnish it in place there. Okay, so then now it's just a matter of gluing them down on the card where we want them. And again, I'm going to do that kind of popped up wing look because I think that just really gives the card a lot of dimension. Look how pretty that is. Simple, but very, very pretty. Just using some pattern paper and some die cuts, you guys. If you're really creative and you want to get in there and you want to do, you know, your own watercolor background, you could certainly do that. I'm just going to put a little dab of this glue in the middle. And make sure that they're centered in the right spot. All right, so we'll give those a second to dry. Let's figure out sentiments. We have that beautiful butterfly sentiment stamp set. We can use that. And I can do just a strip sentiment. Here we go. Now, I'm curious about something since we're already here. That looks like it would fit very closely to that stamp. I don't think the designs of the other two will. No, that's completely different. And this one's too big. No, but I think that larger one will fit. And I'm going to take this guy, just an idea here. Okay. I'm going to die cut this butterfly out. And then I'm going to stamp the sentiment on here, and we're just going to straight banner cut this one for this card. So the first one I'm going to do is Thinking of You. And grab a nice light purple 16 candles. Cooler. And that I'm going to stamp right on the butterfly. Ooh, first I'm going to stamp it off because this is a brand new stamp, and sometimes brand new stamps don't take ink right away the first time, so you might need to stamp it a few times before that happens. Okay. All right, there we go. Now it's nice and smooth. Okay. I think I could have did a better job centering that. That's okay, because the butterfly can be flipped over. Oh yeah, much better that time. Okay. That butterfly is going to go on that card. And then I'm going to use the same color ink because it's a nice light purple. And on this card, I'm going to do Happy Birthday. But I think on this one, I'm going to stamp it out a few times. All right. I think I'm going to do that on the inside because I was going to cut it out, but there's really no room on here unless I do it. No. We're going to stamp it on the inside. Which, if you guys know me, I very rarely do my sentiments until I'm ready to send the card out. So that looks cute. That's that one. And then this one, we need to embellish a little bit more. So let's make it just as pretty as the other one. Oh, now that I'm looking at this pattern paper, you guys, I might change my mind and put pattern paper on this one, but I don't think I'm going to be able to lift my butterfly off of there. No, he's not coming off. He is stuck on there. Guess what? He came off. You know why? Because this is foiled cardstock. Yay! It was meant to be. Okay. cardstock. This is turning into a really long video. I'm really sorry, you guys. You know how I like to kind of do them quick and easy, but I'm having way too much fun with this butterflies and the paper. And I'm really sorry if you can't find this paper and it's sold out. But this one, those purples kind of match. Kind of drowns out our butterfly though, right? Kind of pops on there. So many pretty papers. How do I decide? You guys help me. Okay, I'm going to go with this side. This side I really liked, but I think it's too busy. So I think this side is more of a watercolored look. And he'll still look pretty on there, but it'll tie all the purples together. So let's die cut this. Put it all together. Put a sentiment on there. And we'll have two beautiful cards. So we're going to put this down on our die cutter. We're going to put this down on this side here with all the pretty purples. And it is normal to hear those crunching noises. It is normal for your plates to get cut into if you've never die cut before. It sounds a little scary, but it's really not. Just from all the pressure. Ooh, that is pretty from the machine. So we still have our pretty foil border. We have that watercolor paper. We have this beautiful watercolor butterfly now that we can re-glue. That should stick better now that it's not trying to stick on foil card. And let's let that dry. Let's redo our sentiment. I do like that it's on the butterfly, but now, because I didn't stamp it straight, it's bothering me. I think I'll stamp it straight on the card. I'm going to do this one with heartfelt condolences. Maybe a little darker purple. Ooh, that might be too dark. That's too dark. Ooh. Let's try a little bit. Not as dark purple. Better. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, so I know I kept you guys a while, but it was just way too much fun making these two cards. And again, a lot of this work was done just from having pretty pattern paper. So I encourage you to go through your hoarding stash of pretty pattern paper that I know you guys all have. And just think, would that be pretty just making the background of a butterfly. Really like this one. This one's very pretty too. I want to make sure that glue is fully dry before I mess with that. And then I'm going to probably add a couple of gems. I'll add a little bit to this one. These are the new Color Essential Gems. This one is Spectrum AB. Okay, I really think that finishes it off nicely. All right, well, I hope that you had fun staying with me on this video. I really did have fun making these cards for you guys. I just kind of knew that I wanted to do something with the pattern paper and these butterflies. And again, there's a lot more butterflies that were released, so make sure you are subscribed with the bell notification on to my channel so that you can see what else I'm going to make. And in today's project, we use the Delicate Butterfly dies, we use the Butterfly Sentiments stamp set, some pattern paper out of my stash, and we finished it off with the new Color Essential Gems. And don't forget the Precision Layering A2 card bases. They really did, those dies made it so much easier for me to get these nicely lined, straight edge mats out of here. So comment down below for me which one you like better. Do you like the easy pattern paper butterflies with the pattern paper background? Or do you like the single butterfly? So comment down below for me, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and keep on stamping. Bye, guys.